Rock Solid Musecast Experience with Aaron and Dave and special guests. We've got Aaron's son Jonathan on the phone, on the Zoom, and also David. I don't know David's last name. So
Brown.
David Brown.
And Mike.
David Brown's on. Oh, Mike's on as well. I didn't see Mike.
Yeah, he's on a different screen.
Oh, so, okay.
Hopefully it records all of us. Mike, you want to say hello?
What's up, you guys? I'm here.
There he is. Oh, there's Big Mike.
Yeah.
The crabbing king of Dillon Beach.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
the other day we went and saw the movie from the new Kendrick brothers who have done Courageous, the Giants movie. What's the movie called again, Jonathan? I forget. The Giants
which one?
The Giants one. Football.
Facing the Giants.
Facing the Giants, Overcomer, and all that. And they put out a new documentary called Show Me the Father, which has 4 or 5 different stories in it. And it was very, very good. And so, but these young men went with me, and I thought it was a great movie. I recommend it for everybody to go see it. You can see behind me, I got the little screenshot behind me. Show Me the Father. So hey, Mike, what was your favorite part of the movie?
Ooh, my favorite part. I don't know if I have a specific part. I'd say like the main message that stuck with me though is just kind of just learning how to be taking leadership and like like you got to be the man, I guess, and like you got to show your kids the right way to do things. And that's how the world is going to continue to do better, is just by you being in control and showing them the right way, and that just really stuck with me.
Hey, David, what was your favorite part? Brown.
My favorite story of the movie was when there's a football player and the coach is coaching the football player. And then later in life, it turns out that the coach is actually the football player's father. So the player didn't know that he was being coached by his father. He thought he was being coached just by a regular football coach. But they're going through all these years just thinking that he's a coach and he's a player, but they're actually father and son. So that was must have been pretty groundbreaking for both parts of that storyline.
Just give you a little backdrop. It's Sherman Smith, and he was coaching at I'm gonna say Ohio University in Cleveland in Miami University in Ohio. And so I think he was coaching there, if I got that right. And he recruited this football player and he coached him there, and ends up, years later, where the young football player finds out who his mom is and, makes contact with her. And then she reveals who the dad is, and he has no idea, that, he knows who this person is, but the dad has no idea that where his son is or anything like that he coached his son. But it was a great story. Hey, Jonathan, what's your favorite part of the movie?
I would say that same part, but I also put more into it. After the football player found out that the coach was actually his dad, he came back and both of them didn't know what to say to each other, because this is the first time they're going to say, like, I'm your dad and I'm your son. So once and the football player went to the coach's house, and he opens the door, and the coach was like, welcome home, son, or something like that, and then gives him like a big hug. And like for the football player, he was feeling so happy.
And the football player we're addressing is Dylan McCullough. He played a couple years with the Bengals and then tore his knee up and could not really play in the NFL any longer. And really is kind of doing the same thing that Herman Smith is doing.
Mhm.
Did we lose Aaron?
I think so. a
He's
little
like
bit.
spacing out.
Yeah. Aaron's good. So I'll jump in here. Big Mike's still on the line, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Well, first of all, before I jump over to Mike, because I can only see 4 pixels. There he is. David, I didn't recognize you with the short hair.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
How's your next endeavor coming along?
It's going good. Going to go down to the recruiting office in Alameda on the 27th, I believe, to go sign my contract and discuss bonuses and other shenanigans. And then Sunday the 3rd will be my last day as a normal human because in the because in the evening I'll have to go to the hotel that they're signing us at and then stay at the hotel all throughout Monday. And then Tuesday morning at like 5 o'clock in the morning, we're gonna go take a shuttle bus to the airport and then ship out to New Jersey, Philadelphia.
Oh wow! So you're off to the East Coast. Wow.
Yeah, all the way across the country.
Wow, crazy. Well, congratulations and good luck.
Thank you.
Hopefully you come back and go crabbing and see us again.
Yeah, I'll definitely make time for that for y'all.
Cool. So going back to what you were saying earlier, Mike, it just made me think that, in a family unit, as much as the parents may be equals, equal partners in their marriage and all that, they're also equal partners in raising their sons and daughters. And I know this is mostly about fathers and sons, I get it, but there still needs to be a leader. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I took from what you were saying there is and a lot of that's getting missed nowadays in everything that's going on. And I'm not downplaying women or single parents or anything like that, but in a household there needs to be a leader that and that's this is where I lean on Aaron for his Bible knowledge, because I know it's in the Bible, but I can't quote the verses because I could never remember the verses. I did horrible in Bible school because I couldn't remember the scriptures. But I do know that, it says, the man's the leader of the house, and not that he's the taskmaster or the slave master or anything like that. But I mean, even in our country, we need a leader. We need one guy to lead us.
Yeah.
As a country.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say you need that in a home as well?
Yeah. I would say that growing up the way I did, kind of like with both of my parents, in and out. I mean, I kind of learned to be the leader. I mean, out of me and my brothers. It's just in a different way, I guess. But ever since having Aaron in my life, it's helped me understand how to make better decisions and like how to approach things, instead of like just letting everything pile onto myself. I can have someone to go to. He's kind of been that, that helping hand, that person I can go to when I need advice. Because, everyone needs help, and, growing up the way I did, it's kind of hard to always find help,
Right. Well, role models, I think is the best way to sum it up. And I keep hoping Aaron's going to jump back in here, but
Can you see
I don't
me?
know.
No, I'm
No,
here.
are you on? Oh,
yeah, I'm
He's
here.
on. He's just waiting.
Oh, you're on the next page. All right. So
Yeah.
Aaron, I was filling in for you while you were
Yeah,
cut
I
off.
lost connection. Hopefully the recording still happened though for us.
Yes, it's still recording.
Yeah,
It's
mine
still
says
recording. Okay.
so.
Yeah, it's recording it.
Okay. And so I think that's good, Mike. And I've always told Mike, and I've told Jonathan the same thing. I'm not sure if I've told Dave Brown the same thing. Because you're the leader doesn't make you the boss, in your home. You're just leading by example. I think Christ showed us sacrificial leadership in the way he lived, according to his word. And that's how you lead a home. And that's how you lead your family. And I'm glad that, Mike's in a long-term relationship, and I'm very happy with him and Kaylee. And I think one day they'll get married. And I've kind of guided Mike to, you need to lead this relationship. Doesn't make you the boss, but you need to lead. And I think he's done a fabulous job of that. Jonathan's in a relationship with Amber, and I know he's doing his best to lead that relationship for it to progress. And so, and I know good things are going to happen for David Brown, as he heads to the Coast Guard
Yes.
and becomes a leader in that way. And so, but I really, my favorite part, then we get back to the movie, my favorite part of the movie is the part where the dad, who was a minister of the Kindred brothers, this is a real story. At their weddings, he says a blessing over his sons when each of them gets married. And it really, you can see how it empowered each of them as they went as the leader in their marriage. And the dad spoke just wonderful things about them and really challenged them to lead his family. And you can see that. And so, but I thought the movie did a great job of telling the stories individual, but intertwining them as one. So,
Okay.
am I here? Okay.
Everybody went silent.
Yeah, I because of
Because
what happened
we
before, I
understand.
lost connection.
No. It's
You know.
not that. It's just like we're understanding what you were saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, as I was saying earlier, I do want to clarify just a little more, which is some of the strongest, most independent women that I know still want a strong man that is a leader. That doesn't mean she wants to be led, but she wants someone that is a leader. Because if you have a strong independent woman, you got to have a strong independent man to go along with that, and the two together is what makes the couple. If that's making sense, does that make sense to everybody?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's making
Yeah.
sense.
There's one point in the movie where the one of the Kennedy brothers, his wife wanted to adopt a foreign infant, and but she wasn't willing to step out there and start that process until her husband was on board. And he came to her one day and said, "Hey, I think, what do you feel about adoption?" And come to find out, she'd been praying for almost 2 years that he would come to that he would want to adopt. But she wanted him to lead that process, and she was just waiting for him to step out in that. And so, but what you're saying, Dave, is very true. Is I think women love, good leaders that will lead, and kind of take the responsibility off their shoulders.
Every one of my friends that's female, that we've discussed relationships and that sort of thing, that's one of the confidence is like one of the most important things to them. They got to be a confident man. They got to be strong. They got to be leaders. And what is breaking down in our society right now is we're missing that family unit. And so um, a lot of boys out there don't have the guidance they need to be that strong leader. So it's not that they're, you know, bad people or anything. It's that they don't have the information. They don't have the knowledge to be that person. And so that's where, you know, God brings people into your life to take you to the next level and the next. That's where I think that steps in, and things are taken to, you know, help people out to the next stage of their life. Just like David Brown going on to the next stage of his life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
You know, I've told him, Dave, that when he gets in the Coast Guard and to find a mentor in the Coast Guard, wherever he gets stationed at, to help him with the process and for guidance and all that. And so
that person will present themselves.
yes,
You know, you may not notice it the first month or so, but that person will present themselves to you. And it's not going to be like they're going to walk up and go, "Hey, you know, I'm here to help you," but you'll just get that vibe off of them, and you start to connect with that person, and
Yeah.
you know, that's how friendships are born, and in your case, brotherhood, David, as you go into the Coast Guard, because it's a brotherhood.
Yeah.
Okay,
You know,
wave of excitement out of David Brown.
well, I you know, I think too is hopefully someone will jump into the slot. That, hey, David, I'll help you out here. And you know, that's what leaders do. They, you know, that's what the football with the Sherman Smith, and I thank God for these coaches around the world. You know, and these high school football coaches, basketball coaches, baseball coaches that understand they do more than coach a sport. They lead young men. And one of the gentlemen that Mike went and played junior college football, ARC, and they have a head coach there, Coach O. And I remember him saying in the meeting that we went to, the recruiting meeting, is about, if all I've done is coach your kid to be a better football player, I'm not doing my job.
Yeah.
Because I'm hoping to make them better men. And I was sold at that point. And I just thank God for coaches that step up, you know, just like Coach Smith here did. And I know there was football coaches that Jonathan had that were really a big part of his life. And so, but I thank God for just men that step up and lead young men, because we do need that.
It got me thinking. Just this conversation got me thinking. You know, who's the head coach of the Cowboys?
Mike McCarthy.
Okay, Mike McCarthy. He's the head coach. Yet, does anyone ever call him the boss when he's in press conferences or something? Does anyone say, "Oh, you're the boss"? Jerry Jones is the boss, right?
Yes.
Mike
Yes.
Mike McConnell, is that what
Mike
his name
McCarthy.
is? Mike McCarthy. He is the coach, and a coach is not there to sit there and go, you know, well, you didn't do that right. I thought you said you were good, and you know, no, he's there to show you the things and coach you in being better. And what you do with that knowledge or information is up to you. But as a coach, he's coaching you. And it's the same thing with, you know, fathers coaching people, you know, their sons and daughters through life, or mentors, or it's all a coaching thing. It's not a boss. A boss tells you what to do and you got to get it done. A coach shows you what to do and what's expected.
Yeah.
That's good.
So, in all, you guys think this is a pretty good movie?
Oh yeah, I liked it a lot.
Oh yeah,
Yeah?
it had a lot of lessons in it. It had a lot of things that it's just it doesn't like really just connect to like um sons who don't have fathers in their lives. It talks about it also brings up like sons who have actual fathers
Oh, Jonathan's
They have
breaking
a
up.
with
story,
them,
Dave, in the
like who've
movie.
been in
'Cause
their entire life.
Dave, I know you didn't see the movie, but
I,
they have a
I
story
didn't
in
see
there
the
from
movie. I'm working
huh?
off a trailer. I
Yeah,
said I did
yeah.
not see
I
the
know
movie.
you
I'm
haven't seen the
working off a
movie.
trailer.
But in the movie, they talk about a story of the Focus on the Family president, Jim Daly, who his father left, and then his mother married this other guy, and he wasn't very good. And he basically grew up without a father. And eventually, when he was a teenager, he moved in with his older brother, and with that, but he, the story points to he found a father in Christ. He found fatherhood through Christ. And one of the stories, the focus of the story is, as a father, I'm to lead my kids to Christ because he's the ultimate father. And it was a wonderful story about someone who, grew up without a dad and, really relied on his relationship with Jesus Christ to be his father and be that father figure so he could lead his kids as a father in the home because he had no example of what a good father is. And I thought that was just another, kind of story they threw in there, how someone grew up without a father, but, found the father, which is Jesus Christ.
So, Jonathan, I'm going to
Mhm.
go all the way around here. What's your one takeaway from the movie?
My one takeaway.
The one thing you walked out of the movie, and that was a thing that was most on your mind.
The thing is, you don't have to be a blood father to be a mentor to a kid. It could be you could be a father figure to a player or someone in your like if you're going to be a teacher like I am, to be a father figure in the classroom, to show them what's the difference between right and wrong, and you can show them the way and then be a example of what a man should be in their lives and how they could be like that when they have their own kids, so you could pass on to future generations.
Okay, David, what about you?
I know the makers brought this up in the movie that some of the best fathers that they've ever talked to or been around have been children in fatherless or homes that had a poor father figure in it. And that's really interesting because my relationship with my father has gone downhill in the last few weeks of me staying in California before I go to join the Coast Guard. And I know that's like an attack from the devil, and I'm just trying to like wait this storm out in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand that there's been like less than good things that he's done in his life, and I could reflect off of that by knowing what to do and by knowing what not to do in my future fatherhood, either if it's soon or like years away. But that was something that I pondered a lot on my drive home from the theater.
And Mike, what about you?
I'd say for me, I guess that kind of like the way I've been, getting by, these past few years, is like just kind of put in, the best version of me on display every day. And if like the day doesn't go the way it's supposed to, that like it's okay, because I gave the full effort. But I want to do that because I'm leading by example. I know what's right and I know what's wrong. And so like, if I could just do that every day, I know that, at the end of the day, I'll be all right. You know, good things come to good people, and like you know, just treating people like you want to be treated, and yeah, just leading by example. Really, I really do try to do that because it's really hard to what is it? Really hard sometimes, you know, to always try to do the right thing because, you know, people could get under your skin. The day could be bad or whatever. But, you know, it's gotten me through is like I can't control those things, you know, kind of just like the way I couldn't control, you know, the way things panned out with my parents. So, you know, that's just the way I've been getting through. And that's just the way I've been trying to live. Just trying to put the best me forward and just showing people, you know, you could do right, you know.
Well, as someone who grew up, I had both my parents growing up, but they were not together. And my father and I didn't speak for a long time. So my oldest brother was kind of my mentor and role model. And I still go to him for advice now and stuff. He's got 10 years on me, so I still go to him. But, um, the one of the things that I learned, because I had to learn a lot of things on my own. I, had to just teach myself a lot of stuff. Is the one thing you can control is you and how you handle things. And if you can keep yourself under control, you have a better chance of getting the situation, whatever that is, good or bad, under control. So I'm sure Aaron would say the same thing. I've made mistakes as a dad that I wish I could go back and change. I'm sure Aaron has as well. When you guys, have kids and they're 20 years old, you'll look back and go, I could have done this differently, or could have done that differently, and things might have turned out a different way. But the best advice is that we're all human. We all make mistakes, and you got to learn from those mistakes and not live in the past, but fix it for the future.
True.
Yeah.
And again,
Yeah.
going back to the brother thing, Mike has a younger brother. And I remind Mike here and there that his brother is looking at him, how to live, how to do things.
Yeah.
And, Steven's a really good kid, and Mike's done a good job of guiding him, in life. And so,
Well, if good things come to good people, and people can make people make it a choice, on a conscious choice on if they're going to be good people or bad people. And we see it all around us. And just like Mike was saying, it's the golden rule. How would you want to be treated? You want to treat people the way you want to be treated. And if that's being mean to somebody or bullying somebody or whatever, and you wouldn't want that the same way, then you probably shouldn't be doing that to somebody else. And I kind of lived my whole life that way, and I stumble, but you try to make better out of it. The thing, like I said, I only saw the trailer of the movie, but I kind of get the gist of the movie, and I'll let you wrap it up, Aaron, because you guys did see the movie and you go around.
yeah.
But is what I took out of the trailer and what the movie's about is whether you have the let's say 50s household, beaver cleaver family, or whether you've got a single mom or a single dad or whatever. Because I know it's about fathers and sons. For males need a male role model to help them with some of the male things, just like women need a female role model to help them with some of the female things, because guys are guys pretty much. So
Yes.
what I'm getting at is those role models and those mentors are there. They will present themselves. They'll help you if you are receptive to it. And it's there's no stigma to it or anything like that, because everything happens in life to take us to the next level to where we're supposed to be. And I'll let Aaron wrap it up.
Well, again, excellent movie about fatherhood, faithfulness, forgiveness, has all those things. I know Dave, you said it's a father-son movie, but it is, I would say it's good for the whole family to go and check it out. Support these type of movies. You're not gonna go away from the movie thinking, you wasted your time and your money. There's something for everybody in this movie. And they did a fabulous job of presenting, again, fatherhood, faithfulness, and forgiveness to the audience. So, hey, thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for joining me on
Yep,
movie night.
thank you.
And,
No problem.
Yeah, of course.
I
Yeah,
guess,
thank you.
and talking about the movie, and hopefully someone will see this or hear this, and it will encourage them to go see this movie, Show Me the Father. So thank you. And this is Rock Salt Musicast Experience.